2 hours ago. Got distracted from it and wasn't able to get it out to you.
Okay.
I had some other things pop up in town, so I had to take care of them. But email goes as far as saying, basically, I'm starting the development process. Like a few days ago, I went in and started looking at bugs and making a list of bugs that are software driven and things that I might be able to address. Today, I started actively trying to go in to Aaron's code and start. Yeah. So, but then I didn't quite know where to start, you know? So there's got to be a prioritization list.
Okay.
In the sense that, you know, what's most important, what can I leave for, you know, a few weeks, because it's going to be, the only reason I would even bring that up is because it's like Cram probably spent, you know, I mean, he's gifted, he's very brilliant. But even for the most talented, you know, developers, applications take a lot of time to develop, you know.
Sure, for sure.
So that being said, it probably, I mean, I don't know I couldn't even give you a ballpark of how long it took Cram to do all this stuff, but it's going to take time, you know.
Of course.
And so I just kind of have to know, like, what you guys think is going to be, you know, best to address first.
Totally. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. You know, I have a little bit of a wish list written up. Yeah, good luck. I mean, God bless. You know, the obvious thing that jumps out to me right off the bat is, of course, the missing characters that don't get rendered.
Right.
Because that's the kind of thing that could lead someone to make some mistakes that they haven't noticed they've made, you know?
No, very true. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about the formatting issues as far as pulling a new text in? I basically need to catch the program before it throws an exception saying that it can't accept this character type, you know? But it'd be nice to have some sort of a way that you could take any text file. HyperContext would strip away the unusable characters and then put them back in later, you know?
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's interesting. Although I'll tell you what I think. I don't know that I would fix that, and I'll tell you why. Because I think that Geshe-La's philosophy on that is that the format that he wants the files to all end up in, you know, and this is, you know, one of my jobs,
right,
is to get the files to all end up in just ASCII.
Pure ASCII.
And so that means that if it's spitting out an exception,
right,
and it's breaking for that file, that file is in a...
Yeah, it's letting us know.
It's in a non-approved format. It's in a format that we don't want it in, that Geshe-La doesn't want it in. You know? So it's telling us, hey, fix this, make this the way Geshe-La would want it. And so it's nice that the program won't accept it unless it's what Geshe-La would want it to be.
I hear that. Good point.
So I don't know, you know, I mean, it, you know, in the long run, would we like it to be able to handle other things? Yeah, maybe, but I don't know that I would prioritize it because it's nice. It's making us fix things.
Yeah.
Well,
I wonder where it is, man. I guess we could just hang out for a while, man, and kind of go over this stuff.
Yeah, let's do a little bit. I've got a dentist appointment tonight, so I have to go in a little while. So let's spend some quality time. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever, we can do this my way. I typically read the English to myself. To put briefly, you should first sweep and clean the area, then decorate it. Then you should set out many holy images with an image of the teacher at their head. Presumably, we're taking vows here.
Right.
Try first then to feel an intense emotion of faith, which you can bring on by imagining that you can actually see the victorious Buddhas and their sons and daughters come before you from every corner of the universe, and then concentrating upon their fine spiritual qualities. Okay.
Or no.
Yeah, cool, right? Do as in sutra, as in short, as in to put briefly.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, right, yeah. And you see that na come after like perna, serna. There's a few different instances where you see the na at the beginning of a phrase, you know?
Yeah, it almost, yeah, it's like if we were to do it briefly, you know?
Right.
If we were to, you know, when we summarize, when we, you know,
Right.
uh-huh. So I feel okay about that. To put briefly, I could make door briefly,
Right.
but you know, without having to say that na means to put.
Right.
I think I'm going to feel okay about that. Uh-huh. This, yeah, good. Okay. Okay. Sachuk. Okay. The area. Okay. Area looks good. Sorry, did you not see that?
Oh no.
Let me know if I go too fast.
No. You're good. I just I lost the screen for a second. We're gonna pull it back.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I was in full screen, and you know how Apple goes between desktops.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I do it too.
Okay, there we go.
Right, yeah, and then it's confusing sometimes when you're in full screen. I know. I try to maximize it and not be in full screen so that I can bring Gopher up and have it sit there alongside something. You know, like it looks, oh shit, you see exactly. So then it jumps me over here if I want to look at Gopher.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come over here so that I can have my Gopher there. So that now, hopefully, when I go to Gopher, it's good. Okay. Chidor Lekpa. That's cool. Sweep and clean. I've never heard of this before, but that's cool. I'm going to say sweep and clean, and we're going to see if this splits up also.
Lekpa. Like
Yeah.
right,
like beautiful, nice.
Yeah. There's or eloquent even. But
Sure. Yeah, attractive could be. Huh. Yeah. Whoa. To commit adultery or rape females. That's clearly the meaning here.
You're kidding.
Okay. I'm tempted to leave this as the phrase. I mean, it could be either of these, right? Oh, you know what? Actually,
I bet decorate is well, no, never mind.
oh, that's interesting. Well, is that going to come up in a minute?
Yeah.
Well, because here it's going to be kien,
Yeah.
right? Ornament.
Yeah. Again.
And you know what I'm thinking? Actually, I'm changing my mind about this. I'm going to make, here, you see what you think of this. I'm going to make this sweep and clean. And then I'm going to make Lake Par well. Oh, yeah.
Nicely.
You see?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I hadn't been picking up on the definitions you were pulling out.
Oh, sorry.
Definition window down in the bottom.
Okay.
It's just it's smaller on my screen, so I hadn't been paying attention.
Yeah, this says wipe, clean, sweep, wipe, clean house, you know, so it seems like that's enough for sweep and clean, and then make Lake Par well.
Yeah. The act of cleaning by wiping, polishing, rubbing, dusting with cloth.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So I feel okay about that. The
Shishin.
cha, I would say should.
Ah.
That's pretty standard meaning for cha. Shing is going to be and. That's convenient.
Really?
I think so. Let's look. I'm open.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I got you. And because Oswaldi.
You don't.
Oswaldo.
Yeah, I mean that's right because it's going to be sweep and clean and decorate. Interesting. So yeah, decorate. Yeah, I'm gonna say Kemba. Yeah, Kemba. Although this is funny. What about this? Kemba's a noun, kind of like it's been nounified with that whatever they call it, a generic particle, the pa at the end. So should I just say kien is decorate because then kien is a verb? Should I leave off the par? I don't know.
I would, you know, the Kim part would be to decorate, right? And this is,
Kempar would be like, I don't know, like, well, would be like in a decorative way or something, like perceived, Jena. It should be done like.
oh, it's they're a past tense or future. I mean.
Oh, is it Kiepar or just Kiepar? Oh, I see. Oh, that's funny. Look at that. It comes up. Although, look at that. When I hit Kiemba, it comes up and doesn't grab Kiembar. Here's an interesting thing, Adam. For whatever reason, and this would be if this is an easily fixable thing, that's cool. It doesn't always grab. It didn't grab Kiembar, you see. But if I drag and catch the Kiembar, look, it comes up in the dictionary.
Right. I'm going to have to make a note. Yeah.
That's weird, right?
Yeah, that's going to bring up a couple of issues on how to address that.
I bet.
Because it's so if you've got a string being any series of letters forming words and so on, right? If you've got a string and the string is being broken down essentially by the sex, right? You can go in between sex and see how many of those connect, right? So if you've got Ken and Kimba, Kimbar is also there. It would be better to have both syllables being both parts of those sex be totally highlighted.
Yeah.
Some way to notify you that there are other possibilities as well that are shorter in length than those.
Oh, we have that, you see? Like normally what would happen, you see how when I click on Kimba, I have a line between Ken and Ba.
Oh, right. Yeah. No,
okay.
I've noticed that. Yeah, right on.
So it would be normal. It's just a weird case here. It would be normal for me to click here and get Kim Par, and there would be a line between the Pa and the Ra, and a line between the Na and the Pa. But in this case, I'm not getting it.
Yeah, I have no idea why that's not interesting.
It just happens occasionally.
I wonder if there's some way. Can we check another long? Is there a phrase in here?
I'm sure there's not. It would not be hard to find a phrase in here.
Yeah.
For example,
2 or 3 syllables long. Or
yeah, here's one. Yeah, for this sweep and clean.
So it brings. So see if you can drag the cursor. See if you can drag the highlight over the Ra. Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. I'm sure I can. And then let's see.
Right.
Definition not found.
All right. And I had a theory that maybe it would only break down the syllables like to 2 or 3. And that's what.
Oh, I've seen huge strings. I mean, let's see.
And Graham's program was getting it, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why. Just occasionally, it doesn't seem to recognize it.
Not fine.
There's another triple. I think I've seen 4. That's 3. Maybe 3 is a limit, but it wouldn't matter because that one was 2 anyway.
Hey, what page of the reading are you on?
God, that's a great question.
I'll just make a note of the English, of like a few words of the English. What I'm going to do is I'll go in and use that paragraph to test.
Oh, look, here's 4.
Okay, well, that's not the problem. Yeah, that's not the problem. Yeah, it'll be nice to have something I know doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then I'll run it through.
Yeah, I mean, we can look it up. I'll tell you in a second.
Well, that's the cool thing about this, man, is like he put in so much like footwork and like groundwork on getting this whole thing off together. Essentially all we have to do is just stylize it and get it like, you know, streamlined, and where stuff like that isn't happening, you know.
Let's see. Clean and sweep. Oh, baloney. What in the hell? Okay, well, look, sweep's not going to be in there a lot of times.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because it's sweep and clean, not clean and sweep. Smart guy. Excuse me. So this is, depends on your system of reckoning, right? Remember, there are 2 page numbers for everything. So this is PDF page number 56, right? Which means page 50 of the reading.
Right.
You got it?
Right on. Yeah.
And you follow what I mean by the 2 different page numbers.
Yeah.
Yep, you got it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and what was the phrase? It was,
Kempa.
yeah, Kimbar. Uh-huh. Right. And I don't know how often that happens, you know. It may just be that I only noticed it every now and then.
That's the thing, man. I have no idea how many words could have been used, or that basically it could be missing tons, you know, and we just never catch it.
Right, for sure. Which also is okay. I mean, as a hypertexter, you have to know that this is not a complete dictionary.
Right.
And that raw is, you know, I mean, if you don't know that a raw is a fused particle that can turn this into an adverb or the like, then, you know, you're in danger anyway. No dictionary is going to have the raw fused onto absolutely everything you could possibly fuse a raw onto. That would change the meaning.
As far as it goes, though, for our work, I kind of like see, just highlight Kimba for a second and take the raw.
Mm-hmm.
Adorned with. Well, the decorate still comes back.
Yeah, I want to do Kimbar now. You know,
yeah.
I mean, that's my temptation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, man. There's no telling how long I would have gone before noticing that would. No. Wow. Cool, man. Thanks for bringing that up.
This God, do I want to split this jaw here with should? Do I want to divide? Yeah, kind of distribute. I could. I might as well. It's the right thing to do. So here we go. Saving, open. Sweet. Go. It's fine. Here we go. Should is 3518. Where's that first jaw and the second jaw? Here's the second jaw. Is it? Yes, it is. Save. Close it. Tab over. Refresh. Getting faster at that. My computer isn't. I'm going to have to buy one soon. I told you that. This is why I need a new machine.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right, it's bad when refreshing HyperContext is too big a drain on the system resources.
Yeah.
It's all right. Soon, I'm going to do it soon. I'm going to do it soon. Now that I'm an employee, I can start planning ahead and buy everything.
That's what I was about to say, man. Yeah. You should really just let him know. I mean, he's super stoked to have you work on the project. So,
oh, that's sweet of you. I love my job.
He, you know, last time we were with Gesla, he was, you know, he was just suggesting your name for various stuff, like when Gesla would say something. And yeah, he just yeah, I wouldn't think twice about asking him. I know he'd be all about getting you a new computer, getting you good setup.
Oh God, that hadn't even occurred to me.
No, seriously, I mean,
oh yeah. Well, all right. Look, I've got to do it anyway. I mean, if I can talk to him about it, talk to JB about it. You mean?
yeah.
I'll see if he wants to share in it. That's cool. It's not like this is the only thing I use it for, so I don't think that I would lean totally on ACIP for it. That wouldn't feel right to me because I do use it for other things, obviously.
Oh, I see.
I mean, it's not, but yeah, fine. I wasn't even thinking that. I just thought that I'm just going to buy a new computer soon. And now that whatever, have it. Okay, so did this work?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, fine. Shit, I didn't really mean to include the but maybe, do I want it? Do I want to take it out? God.
I'm going to ask you a quick question, man.
Yes.
On a totally, well, not totally unrelated, but semi kind of unrelated.
Sure.
When you began looking at Tibetan grammar, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you approach it, man? Because I mean, it's kind of a monster, like there's a lot there.
I'll tell you, I had a couple classes before one of them stuck. I took a class from Yingbo, who I love dearly, and it was some level of disaster. But it started the mind process happening, and then mostly he would get angry at us, and then the class would stop. Yeah. And then eventually, did we just get someone join us? No, I just heard a funny ding. All right, doesn't matter. And then Alistair helped me a lot. And so we did a class. He did this Literary Tibetan 2 class, which was Literary Tibetan 1 was Eva's class, which was cool, but really hard. Actually, I felt like it was above my level.
All right.
And then Alistair's was like right where I needed to be. And he based it on Wilson. And then I started to be able to figure it out because he was so patient with me. And then I went into retreat, and and then I had what happened then was Alistair had me teach Literary Tibetan. Then I was like, well, I'm still learning it. But then that really helped, right? Like teaching something, sometimes that's the best way to learn something, which is terrifying. It is karmically, but it's also scary because it, on some level you start out as the worst qualified person to teach, and that's what makes you qualified.
Yeah.
But you just have to kind of give that full disclosure to your students.
Wow, man.
And then in retreat, I just had, that time in that like stimulus starved sponge brain that, and I just read Wilson cover to cover in retreat.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, he's got a good book, man. Yeah, he's definitely.
It's amazing. It's an incredible book. I wish that he didn't use some of the translation choices that he uses. I wish that we had a comparable book with our, Geshe-Michaelian intuitive English words instead of, Wilson's Hopkinsian English.
Yeah.
That's a thing, there's a lot of, non-compounded dharmas in there. And, a lot of different types of phenomena. And that's hard and that's frustrating. And so I wish there was another book like that out there, but there just isn't, that just so systematically breaks down the grammar in such a complete way.
Mm-hmm.
And I did every exercise in that book. I just did every single exercise in that book, and I didn't go on until I could get the exercise done. And I didn't learn all the vocabulary. But I didn't go on from an exercise until I could do it reliably and get them all right.
Right.
And that really helped.
I'm at a place now, man. Like there's, it seems like I'm kind of just like plateau, And at this point, it's all been, the only thing I have been learning over the past, 6 months is just been vocab.
Yeah, well, this is the place to do it. You know, hypertexting is the place to do it. These meetings are the place to do it. You know, I mean, you know your 7 or 8 cases. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't memorized them. I mean, I went in and I read Wilson's whole presentation of it, and I understand that's kind of like the basis of getting it. Now I just have to memorize them all, you know.
Dude, I mean, that won't take you long. They're not that many particles. You don't have to have them memorized to be able to recognize them. You know, what is this sa suffix doing? You know, what case is that?
2. I don't know. Just taking a guess. I have no idea.
Oh, number-wise, I don't even know. I'd have to think. Number-wise, it's 6, but I didn't actually mean that. But I mean, like, what grammatical case? You see, and this. It's kind of a fucked up thing, if you'll excuse my face hole. Yeah. But you know, they say like key here. Okay, this is a. They call it genitive case. I hate that word, genitive.
Yeah.
But I like the word connective. Doesn't matter, right? So if that gets a saw, all right, it becomes a agentive or instrumental, okay? Meaning the agent or the doer. Now they say, what if an agiku e gets a saw, okay?
Yeah.
Then this is that. They say the agiku e gets dropped and only the saw is there. Now that pisses me off. Can't we just say you put a saw on there? But technically this ba yata ja sa che. Okay, technically there's an agiku e in between those that got fused and then dropped. Okay, which I think is a bunch of bullshit, but that's okay. They didn't consult me. It's happening here too. Maybe not. I don't know. It's not. Is it ku? It might be.
Ku?
No, I don't know. Because ku is holy body, but it doesn't matter. So just being able to recognize those, you don't have to have it memorized to the point where you know, okay, if there's a ta suffix, which of the 3 keys do you use? You know, don't do that to yourself unless you want to.
I mean, I'm fairly good at just putting stuff in my head, you know, just using stuff. So that's not a problem. It's more so just I didn't know if that was necessarily the most. Now knowing that and hearing what you just said, yeah, it's definitely something I'll pay attention to. And just before, you know, somebody was saying like, look, you know, this is actually kind of the way that Wilson presents it. What's that, man? You still there? Oh. Ben. Hey.
there you are.
All right.
Sorry about that.
No problem. What happened?
I have the stupidest internet issues here. One of them I just dropped you.
That's cool.
You were saying it's pretty easy for you to put that information in your mind, but
It's never been it hadn't been important enough for me to like say, okay, I'm going to sit down to memorize this today, or this is priority for me, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just mean that there are intermediate levels of memorizing it. You know, you can memorize it the big gnarly way, or you can memorize simpler versions of it.
Right.
And, you know, to rush your way to it, I would say, without having to memorize it the perfect way, you can get the rough way. So a saw suffix, anyway, point being, a saw suffix is always going to be that sixth case, which is the agentive or the instrumental, and is built off an agiku e. So an just like a saw at the end of a key, okay, is the key version of the saw suffix. Okay, this saw by itself is the agiku e version because it gets fused onto a open vowel sound, right? Because the pa doesn't have a suffix. And the others, you probably do recognize them. You know the fused ra.
I mean, I know it's there,
and then the other,
I don't know how it functions. I mean,
see, that's the thing. Ladun particles are a nightmare because not only are there 3 different cases that use Ladun particles, okay? Yeah. 3 different cases, each of which do different things, but it, you know, the nuance between them is really fuzzy. To me, it almost doesn't feel like 3 different cases. To me, it almost feels like one big Ladun case. All right, and I know grammatically, technically, that's wrong, but to me, I just see a Ladun and I'm like, okay, well, that's either going to be on or at or to or upon or into or for or you know, any mess of applications depending on how, even not just how it's being used originally, but then how creative Geshe-la is even feeling that day.
Right.
And then so now we just covered what, like 5 of the 7 or 8 cases, and then you have nay and lay, right, which is ablative, which is almost, you can almost always just think of as from. I mean, not always, but yeah, generally, okay, it's from. It can mean it came from this place, or it can mean from amongst these. Or from doing this, then you do this. From doing that, then you do that, which is, I think, what's happening here.
I see.
Here he says, and then.
And then, yeah.
There's a progression. So from having done this, then you do this. Having done this, then you do this. So like from having done that.
Yeah. There you go from here to there, or from this situation to this situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other 2 cases don't have case marking particles, and so they end up being the subject. But anyway, before I have to go, let's see if we can get through this.
Yeah, I didn't mean to sidetrack.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Okay. Tumbe ku. Okay. Tumba, teacher with a capital T.
Yeah.
Ku, gonna be holy body. So what is this? Led by. Oh, headed. Oh, headed. That's interesting.
Led
by headed.
Yeah, and that's not rendering correctly.
It's not. That's true. First primordial. So I guess. Oh, at their head. At whose head? This is then. Can you
give me the what's the transcription here of the tongue again? Can you bring it up? Oh yes, Zhang's. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir. All right. So Tumba's teacher.
I'm going to start making lists of all the words that don't render properly, and see if there's some sort of See if there's some way I can suss out like a pattern to it, you know.
Sure, for sure.
Anyways.
Okay, of the teacher. Okay, I'm gonna grab that ACIP. This is bothering me. Can ku be? I know it's body. Can it be image? Likeness. Yeah, statue likeness. Okay. It looks like here it's image, huh?
Holy image? You can put holy images, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
Well,
yeah, but here it's an image of the teacher. You see?
Oh, I see.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay. I hate to say it, but I think this is image, and I think that this saw is with, which is kind of nasty, but that's that agentive case, you know? Like, I do it with my hand. I do it with a fork. It's the instrument with which I do something, you see? I did it with a wiffle ball bat. So I think that's what that is. Now, Tok Dupa. This is making me uncomfortable, so I'm avoiding it at the moment because I know Mangtu is many.
The Tok, there's also from Maytok, meaning something at the top.
Right. Yeah, it is. It's got something to do. I mean, it's like at their head. Headed, because you see Tok Jung is headed, whatever the hell that means, led or headed by.
I see. Like heading, like if you were the head of an assembly, or you know,
right,
or leading prayer or something.
So at their head, I'm gonna say.
There's Tok Jung.
Oh yeah, and then, well, Tok Jamba. Oh yeah, maybe. And then this 10 can be holy. Oh, so this is the holy images. Is this 10?
Wow, that's interesting.
I think so, because the reason it's not the other one is because the other one has that. It's all about that agiku-e, okay? And whenever I think about it as genitive, it makes me angry. But when I think about it as connective, all right, then it's really helpful because it connects this with this, you see? It always connects what's on the left to what's on the right.
Right.
So if we're connecting the holy body, okay, or that holy image with the teacher, okay, then look where it's connected in the English. It's image of the teacher.
Did you ever get down to diagramming the sentences the way Wilson outlines?
I've done it, yeah. I've done it. Yeah, it's helpful. I find that sometimes it's its own sort of confusion. It's like adding a new puzzle to the mess. But I sometimes do it. I mean, I don't do it anymore. I did it while I was working with that book. While I was doing the exercises in that book, I did it. And I found it somewhat helpful. And then when I went on and tried to translate on my own without it, I tried to do it a little bit. Now, what I found really strongly was I felt like I felt like I was out of my depth when I went to translate on my own because I didn't have a teacher and I didn't have anyone to ask questions, and I was, alone out there. So frankly, I kind of stopped and started learning Sanskrit because I knew so little Sanskrit that that there was still stuff I could teach myself.
Yeah.
And I'm only, in a sense, getting back to Tibetan more hardcore now since this project. And this is great. I love being able to dig into it with other people. Is way more fun for me also.
I am too, man. And frankly, I wouldn't mind having these meetings like more often.
Yeah, great. Listen, Anytime. I'd love to. If we just both happen to be sitting around sometime and you just want to dig into some stuff, let's just do it. We don't have to schedule it. If we're both around, I'm happy to play.
That's good to hear, man. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I have to be doing it anyway, you know, so it's,
yeah.
I mean, this is what they're paying me for, you know, so I'd rather, you know, it's more fun for me to get paid to do it with a friend.
Hear that, man. Right on.
Yeah. What is this shum? Head, no, prepare. Ooh. Oh, I see. So this is the verb. We're preparing the place in these ways. You see, so these here are the ladun particles. And there's this one. Although you're not with me anymore.
Me too. I'm still here.
Oh, you are there. I'm sorry. I had just hit the evil button. Yeah, there we go. This two and this ra maybe. Yeah, this ra. We're preparing. How are we preparing, you know? Putting an image at the teacher's head is a way in which we're preparing. So it's almost like sometimes they describe the ladun as acting as an adverb. Because it's describing things about the way we're doing something. And sometimes it'll be the object, you know, and that's confusing. That case is confusing. So you can read all about it, and you're not suddenly going to be at peace about how ladun particles work, I suspect.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent some time with Wilson's book, and I put it down because I wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah. Well, you know, did you do the exercises?
I think for maybe the first few, no, but it's true, man. I just in a more systematic way, I've got to go through it and treat it, respect each one, you know.
You know, and I had the luxury of doing that, frankly. I don't know what else I want to do in this first line. I'm not.
Wow, man, you do. Like, we've got totally different styles of doing this.
By this first line, I just mean up to the shay, by the way. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Right, okay, good.
Yeah.
Our style isn't that different, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you see? What would you do now if you were you?
No, it's just I've got a completist attitude.
I didn't understand.
I'm sorry, my phone is talking. Say that again.
No, it's just I don't necessarily disagree with anything so far. I just my personality, I'm kind of driven towards like, well, why in the hell, you know, why can't I get these words? I need to do something.
Yeah.
I need to be able to leaving things is what I need to, you know.
Oh, I just can't do that, you know. Like I said, you know, if you go back through my data here, there's a lot of black. I just don't know, and I got to move on, or I'm not going to produce anything.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah. And maybe I shouldn't go on. I don't know, man. I just can't. You know, I can crunch my brain over the same piece for God knows how long, but then I get nervous, you know, when Adam asks me for a report and I say I'm not quite halfway done, you know. I'm like, oh Jesus, I hope that, you know, how bad does that look, you know?
Well, but from my point of view, man, I'm not worried about you at all, and that and in the sense of meaning, I know the longer you struggle with something, it's because you know. You're searching for the truth, you know, and that's beautiful. That's really.
I am, but at the same time, I want to produce data, you know, so I try to strike some line in between those.
Yeah.
And I don't know where that line is.
You have time to move on to the next line?
I do. I have a little bit more. I have maybe 15 minutes. Maybe not quite. 10 directions. What in the hell? Okay. Try to first feel a sense of intense emotional faith, which I can bring on by imagining that I see the victorious Buddhas and their daughters and sons come before me from every corner of the universe, and then concentrating on their fine spiritual bodies. Aha, that's what this 10 is. You see every corner of the universe?
Yeah, and then choke is direction. Yeah.
Yeah, if I wanted to be really nuts, and I'm tempted to be just that nuts, I want to say, Buddha. Oh, God, look at this. We can go all the way to, oh, God, no. Jesus, we could take this whole mess.
Victorious Buddhas and their sons and daughters.
Yeah, from the 10 directions. It's the victorious Buddhas and their sons and daughters. Oh, no, I can't do that. Never mind. It's not going to fit. I'm not going to do that. Yes, I will take this. I will. Yeah. I'm going to take, and I'm going to grab the nom. Victorious Buddhas and their sons and daughters. Yes. And then I'm going to take out victorious Buddhas.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that's victors. Is this? No deal. There's this. Chenom. Che. I don't know this che. Oh, together with. Okay.
Oh.
All right. Okay, so Gyewa Buddhas, victorious Buddhas, I guess. Gyewa. Okay. Sons and daughters. Just say.
Yeah.
Together with. God, I could say and there, but I don't know about that. I'm not going to do that.
It does. I was just reading about chepa, and it says it's a verb of the meaning to be possessed by. Like if it's found in usage where it's connected with a noun. Which
interesting.
Gyewa say.
Oh, like dang chepa could be like dang demba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh God! In which case I could do, and you see, I could just do and, or I could do and there. Well, here we go. It's gopher time. Here, gopher. Oh, here we are.
Are you looking for other?
Yeah, I just want to see it. I want to see it used that way a few times. So first I'm going to go dictionary. What is it? Ba. Okay. Cord dang chepa, along with. There it's not possessive here. It's just along with.
Right.
Although this is our data, so God, who knows?
Yeah. I made a whole bunch of
whole with the parts.
Out of this.
I didn't, I stopped cramming vocabulary at a certain point because I find that I learn it along the way.
Yeah.
And then I just got too tired of not knowing words that I know that I once had a flashcard for. And that makes me angry.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't that great. Okay, I'm going to look here. Maybe just not that. Let's look in Chandradas.
Well, what happened, man, is I made a ton of flashcards using the hypertext data, and I caught myself guessing at so many, like wondering if whoever did it had done it correctly or not.
Yeah, no, God, for sure. That's very risky.
I don't know.
Interesting. Wow, that only came up once here? No, that can't be right. Here we go.
You're searching in DOS?
Dong Cherim, yeah, I am. That's not great. Let's see if we can find it at the beginning of an entry. That's not great. Here we go.
Annex to nouns, yeah. Dong.
I'm uneasy about this possessive. I feel good about and I feel so about there.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw that someplace. Where did you see that?
I'm using, here, I'll show you this.
Yeah, show me.
So Tony Duff's thing, the Illuminator. Anyways, use Che. Can you see me? Are you screen?
Yeah, I can.
So Che, and it gives me Chepa.
Possessed by, had by, fucking A.
That's a really nice dictionary, man.
Common important usage. Okay, let's do it. Here Here we go. Where am I? Back to me. All right, I'm doing it. So then that makes me want to, and you know, it's a gamble because who knows? We're not really guessing, but that's all right. So that's heavily laden. Now we're saying that it carries both meanings, which is cool. This is wild. This you would only ever see in a hypercontext dictionary. Is choked as every corner of the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also the only place you would see. Here's an interesting question. It's the victorious Buddhas and their sons and daughters from every corner of the universe or something, or of every corner of the universe.
Right.
So, but I'm not going to do the Agiku-i as come before you from every corner of the universe. So I could say,
I think come before you could actually be Ngunsumpa.
Yeah, that could be actually C.
Oh, Tabu, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Tabu,
You know what I'm saying, no? I mean,
yeah, I see. It's true. Tabu, okay, like you can.
Mick being Mick's like object of observation, right? Or, well.
Yeah, but Mickey's also C.
Mikte.
And we need a verb here at some point. Okay, yeah, right. And then, so this is going to be, all right, just because you see this Dadoc here?
Yeah.
Dadoc key, okay, is there. And I'm sure about this, all right, because it's their fine spiritual qualities.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and then, damn. Shaky. Day about faith. Intense emotional faith. Intense emotion of faith. First try to feel it. Oh. Intense. Okay.
That's not rendering right either, is it?
Say that again?
That Droc's not rendering, is it?
No. Really? No, it's not.
Yeah. Okay. It's good, man. I mean, yeah, if you I don't want to put anything else on your plate, man, but it might actually help if you can make a list of words that when you see them come up.
That don't render right.
Yeah. Because what I've seen so far is that, I mean, the last two words that I haven't done was the Drong and this Droc. So we've got two cases of da, rata, draws not rendering. Okay. You know?
Okay. Yeah, and yeah, in fact, does it ever? I don't think da, 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 da ever renders. I don't see it. Okay.
Sorry, man.
No problem at all. Okay, let's see. Come before you. Okay, concentrating upon their God. I don't see that. What is this? Damn it! This Jamba. Thanks a lot, dictionary. Okay, give me something here.
So the Droc and the
this is the C also, isn't it? Like no, that's let's see.
Jamba.
And has to do with seeing, I think. Oh, I'm only in Chandradas.
Recollect or remember.
Close recollection. Dremba, recollection, think. Yeah, think, recalled, think. Okay, so probably.
I thought Cheshe.
Oh, Dremba, of course. Dremba, like meditation. It's smirty.
Yeah.
Okay. As opposed to not Sheshin. Okay, so Dremba.
You see the Dren's not. Yeah, the Dren's not rendering either.
Right. Da 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 da. Try to feel an intensity which you can bring on by imagining.
Oh yeah, that would be Drimba.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
because Dren, Gessler tells the story about Rinpoche asking for creamer, I think at Howard Johnson's. And
Yes.
and he says, well, what's the word for like imaginary or like
Sure.
unreal?
Fake.
Yeah, that's it. And I think it was Drinma, right?
Oh, Gemma. Interesting.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
maybe.
Yeah, I said that, and I'm not 100% sure.
Oh boy, this is first. Oh God. See, this is this before. I
Yeah,
want to say that's first.
and the ngun there. Let me see something. Hold on. Where's the other one? This is sa.
George.
Nunma. Nunje.
Okay, let's grab faith here. Is this faith or is this emotion of faith? This is going to be intense. Okay. And then Dharma. Gotcha. Okay. I think I want to say Depa for emotion of faith.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, faith is going to come up elsewhere, but here he fluffed it out. Feeling intense faith, feeling intense emotion of faith. What the hell is this doing? That bothers me. And then this has got, proceed. Oh, weird. Oh, Droa can be that.
Yeah.
Try first then?
Oh, yeah. Window. Oh.
I want to say it's try first then. What do you think about that? Or am I just going to say first? This is like Ngundro.
Yeah.
Okay. But then the then is going too far.
Yeah.
I'm going to say first or try first. God, I'm just going to say first.
Yeah.
I feel most comfortable about that. So now what do we think of this Ngunsumba? Wow. Yeah.
Actually, see.
Yeah, maybe, but there's that meek.
Mm-hmm.
So that's C, probably.
Okay, we suss out anything for the concentrating upon?
Oh. Let's see. No.
Huh.
Damn it. Brother, I have to go.
No problem, man.
I'm sorry. I got a dentist appointment in 20 minutes, and it's
That's
up the
cool.
road a bit.
Yeah. At some point, man, I guess just I'll send you a text message, and if you're available, man, we can sit down and do this.
I'd love it.
All right, brother.
I'd love it. Thanks for spending the time, dude. It's really fun for me. It's really good for me.
Man. I gotta apologize too. I'm not I've been losing sleep over the past week, so I'm not all here today.
You seem fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. It's just I'm good. It just I don't know, sleeping habits. Sometimes I can do it. Sometimes I sleep well, and sometimes I don't. So
cool.
All right, man. Good luck, brother.
Thanks, brother. All right, dude. See you soon.